Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Good. Thank you, Erasmus. Ladies and gentlemen of the media, good afternoon. Today, I wish to discuss some key economic developments in our federation. In light of this, I will begin by sharing the fact that the International Monetary Fund has once again issued a very positive report on the economic performance of St. Kitts-Nevis and on the caliber of financial management that our government continues to exhibit here. In summary, the IMF has pointed out, or pointed, I should say, to the significant improvement in our debt sustainability and our fiscal profile, and to the country's strong economic recovery. It has also praised our having repaid our debt to the fund somewhat early, an act which has enabled us to avoid the heavy payment load that we would have had to assume had we not been careful managers of the resources at our disposal, and had we not had the discipline to be very prudent where our expenditures and commitments are concerned. As an aside, I want to say that our consistently positive IMF reports often remind me of the clean air here in St. Kitts and Nevis. There are countries in which governments often issue advisories telling everyone to stay inside. The air in those countries is toxic. We in the Federation never even think about the quality of air here. We have as though this is the way it is in every country. There have been so many positive international assessments of the Federation's performance, one after the other, that there can be a tendency to take these positive assessments and reports for granted, as we do with our fresh, clean air here in St. Kitts and Nevis. I would urge us not to do this, however. Every positive report is the result of very hard work and an extraordinarily high caliber of financial management, and we must not lose sight of this at all. Let me now turn to some specific projects. In 2 days, Kitts-Nevis Hill will have its soft opening, I should say. And this following 3 years of ongoing construction. And in just this initial stage, some $38 million has been spent with local contractors, $43 million with 77 local suppliers. By December 2014, there will be 14 villas open to the public and 174 hotel rooms with some 325 hotel employees. These are fantastic statistics. Another development I wish to point out is the Hildon's Estate Condo Resort and Residences. My government long ago made clear our commitment to expand the island's development focus beyond the Bastille Valley and the Southeast Peninsula. And this development, like Kitts-Nevis Hill, underscores this particular commitment. This cabinet-approved development, with its 200 condos, apartments, and villas, will be located just outside St. Paul's, or I should say between St. Paul's and Newton Ground, which, as we all know, is at the opposite end of the island from the Southeast Peninsula. So here we are spurring development on the Southeast Peninsula, the southeast tip of the island of St. Kitts, and the northwestern tip of the island, we are doing something very, very similar. And with this development, of course, will come a range of local design, local construction, local business and other employment-related opportunities for our locals. Of particular significance to the government and the nation is the fact that PEP-trained persons will be able to apply their newly acquired skills to the construction and operation of the Hilllands Resort. Now, to land a matter of particular interest to current and future landowners. Because one, stimulating economic activity, and two, expanding home ownership have long been leading priorities of the government, there has been an exponential expansion in land and home ownership here in St. Kitts. This dramatic expansion makes the need for secure and properly managed land ownership documentation safeguards, processes, and procedures of particular importance at this time. And so the time has come for the Federation's land ownership documentation processes to be handled not by the High Court, as it has been for time immemorial, but by a newly established and separate land registry with branches in both St. Kitts and in Nevis. The nation as a whole, I am certain, would be pleased to know that the government is moving forward on this very important initiative. Finally, members of the press, again, I emphasize good governance. It requires the ongoing review and improvement of existing programs. As a result, in order to better serve those in need of government assistance, our country's food voucher program, our compassionate grant program, and our relief and disability grants are now being consolidated into one unified social development assistance grant program. Our development assistance programs must serve the best interest of those who count on them. And this is what these changes will in fact do. In closing, recent university graduates in the Federation, as well as elsewhere, often encounter difficulty managing their student loans and purchasing their own homes, and in fact, maybe just owning a car. In an attempt to ease the burden on our young people, therefore, the SIDF, the Sugar Industry Diversification Foundation, and the National Bank have collaborated again to establish GRASP. GRASP is really the acronym for the Graduate Relief Assistance Student Program, to assist Kittitians and Nevisians who graduated within the last few years in the management of their student loans and the purchasing of their first home, the upper limit of this financing being EC $500,000 payable over a maximum term of some 30 years. This clearly will go a long way to giving our young people a very solid start in life. And now, ladies and gentlemen, may I take your questions? Thank you.